Most people already know something feels off. They just don't know how to say it. You wake up, get ready, go to work, survive the day, come home exhausted, and then do it all again. Day after day, week after week, year after year. And somehow, this is supposed to be the path to freedom. This is the 9-to-5 illusion. You were taught that if you trade your time for money, stay loyal, work hard, and keep your head down, life will eventually reward you. But for most people, the math never changes. Your salary goes up a little, your expenses go up with it. Your responsibilities increase, your freedom does not. You work harder, but you still feel behind. And while you're stuck in that cycle, the internet keeps whispering the same fantasy. One course, one side hustle, one secret system, one magic trick. Suddenly, it's rented Lamborghinis, fake screenshots, and people promising overnight millions from a beach somewhere. Let's be honest, most of that is noise. I'm not here to sell you a dream. I'm not here to tell you that getting rich is easy. And I'm definitely not here to pretend there's some shortcut nobody else knows about. The truth is simpler and harder. Most legitimate ways of building wealth online can work. Content businesses can work. Digital products can work. Freelancing can work. Agencies can work. Affiliate marketing can work. Software can work. But they do not work like magic. They work like businesses. That means they require skills. They require patience. They require repetition. And most importantly, they require a shift in how you think about money. Because when you trade time for money, your income is capped by hours. There are only so many hours in a day, only so much energy in your body, only so many shifts you can work, only so much of yourself you can sell before you burn out. But when you build digital leverage, everything changes. Now, instead of being paid once for 1 hour of effort, you can build something once and let it keep working. A video can keep getting views. A digital product can keep selling. A system can keep operating. An audience can keep compounding. An asset can keep producing long after the initial effort is done. That is the real game, not escaping work, but escaping the rule that work must always be tied directly to time. And yes, there is a catch. The beginning is slow. At first, it feels like you're working more for less. You study, you test, you make mistakes, you publish things nobody sees. You build systems that barely work. You spend weeks learning skills that do not pay you immediately. That is the part most people quit. Because in the old model, effort and reward are close together. You work today, you get paid soon. In the leverage model, effort and reward are separated. You may work for months before it feels like anything is happening. But if what you are building is real, if the system is sound, if the skills are improving, then one day the results start stacking. That is why the goal is not go viral. The goal is not get rich quick. The goal is to build a machine, a simple machine. Start with one niche problem, one audience, one repeatable content angle. If you're in finance, maybe you teach simple money psychology. If you're in self-improvement, maybe you teach discipline and execution. If you're in digital skills, maybe you teach practical workflows people can use. Then create consistently. Use AI to help with research, structuring, ideation, and workflow speed. But do not outsource your judgment. Your judgment is the asset. Then connect attention to an offer. That offer doesn't need to be complicated. It could be a template pack, a mini guide, a prompt library, a toolkit, a small digital product that solves a real problem. Now the math becomes real. If 10,000 people see your content, And 3% click, that's 300 visitors. If 5% of those visitors buy a $20 product, that's 15 sales. That's $300 from one simple offer. Not life-changing yet, but now you have a model. Then you improve the content. You improve the click-through. You improve the offer. You improve the conversion. You increase the volume. You add a second product. You build an email list. You turn chaos into a process. This is how ordinary people build uncommon outcomes, not through hype, but through systems. And even then, the path is not linear. Some weeks you'll feel momentum. Other weeks everything breaks. That is normal. Every wall you hit forces a new skill: better writing, better decision-making, better patience, better discipline, better execution. That is why execution matters more than motivation. Motivation comes and goes, systems stay. And eventually, if your model works, you'll hit a different ceiling: time. You'll realize you cannot keep doing everything yourself forever. That is when delegation enters. You hand off the repeatable parts: editing, formatting, design support, admin tasks, production steps, and little by little, you stop being the worker trapped inside the machine and become the builder of the machine. That is the real shift: from labor to leverage, from randomness to systems, from hustle to architecture. So here's the real question. Are you willing to go through a season of slow, invisible building for a future most people only talk about? If you are, then you already understand something most people never do. Freedom is not purchased with wishful thinking. It is built. If this video made you think, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, what do you think keeps most people trapped in the 9-to-5 illusion the longest? Lack of time, lack of clarity, or fear of starting?